Hi, I'm Jim Gordon and you're watching Market 1 Minute. Joining us is Silas Garrison, CEO of HealthSpace. Silas, welcome.
Thank you, Jim, for having me.
Great to have you. Okay, tell us about the HealthSpace platform and how the company is empowering government efficiency.
When it comes to software and efficiency, it's all about time saving. So HealthSpace's premier cloud product, HS Cloud, empowers government on multiple levels. And what our platform does is allow the government to get their regulatory work done faster and more efficiently. They can issue more applications and licenses faster. They can conduct more inspections in a more timely fashion. This is really critically important because the customers that we serve, their main objective is to ensure health and safety environments for their citizens. And so being able to process the information faster, to perform more regulatory work over a shorter period of time is critically important. And our cloud software enables them to not only perform their work quicker and more efficiently, but they're actually able to track all of that regulatory information, be more proactive to changes. As we saw during the pandemic, being able to adapt to an ever and changing environment is really important. And that's exactly what our cloud software does.
Silas, you've gained quite a bit of momentum since announcing the City of San Francisco contract early last year. Why was that contract so important and what lies ahead for HealthSpace?
City of San Francisco was really a turning point. We launched our cloud application, HS Cloud, in 2018. And when we signed the City of San Francisco, we saw a big groundswell effect, kind of a word of mouth spread that, wow, if it's really good enough for the beating heart of Silicon Valley, it must be good enough for us. Since then, we've seen growth all across the US and even in Canada and regions from the West Coast, Colorado, all the way to the East Coast in Illinois, North Carolina, and beyond. What's beyond that is that there's immense amount of opportunity for 3,200 health departments across the US, and we've only begun to scratch the surface in terms of market penetration.
Can you speak in more detail about the competitive advantage of your products compared to incumbent offerings?
First, our products are fully cloud-based. In this day and age where so many people are online, virtually everybody, and most private businesses have some sort of online offerings, the government has really lagged in the times there. And that's partly because the vendors in this space, the other product offerings, very few of them actually are cloud-based. We're one of the very few cloud products that's actually on the market for government. The second thing is that it's a very nimble product, meaning that government can take it, adapt it to the way that they do business. We believe that software should adapt to the way that government operates, not the other way around. Too many other products in this space force government to change their business processes, change the way that they do things just to fit the software. And we believe that software should function just as you are, just only enhance and expedite your work and allow you to do it more efficiently.
HealthSpace announced the launch of GovCall in May of this year. Tell us more about the new product and what it'll mean for the company's growth.
We are extremely excited about GovCall. GovCall is one of the first built for government teleconferencing platforms that is on the market. We are taking the full power of teleconferencing and video collaboration and embedding it inside of our HS Cloud platform. What that means is that the teleconferencing services that government needs to be able to perform services remotely is directly intertwined with their data management. So not only can they interact with citizens and private business owners through a video conference call and conduct more remote services, they can actually tie that back to the underlying data management that it belongs to. That means that they don't have to use some disparate service such as like Zoom in order to communicate and then transfer that information back into their cloud platform. It's all in one hosted solution that allows them to have one vendor providing full stop video conferencing, data collaboration, and data management services in one full platform.
Finally, where do you see HealthSpace in 5 years?
In the next 5 years, government is going to go through a rapid paradigm shift where remote services that they provide now in person, they actually can do online, from allowing citizens to file for applications or licenses online to actually being able to interact with government. Say you are a private business owner, such as a restaurant. Having your inspection conducted remotely saves you time, saves the government time from having to drive across town, and it creates an immense amount of efficiency in the entire ecosystem. We know that government is on the cusp of actually making this paradigm shift, and we're really one of the only providers enabling government from cloud data management to teleconferencing services and beyond to actually go through this paradigm shift. We believe in the next 5 years, government's already spending hundreds of billions of dollars at a local level on IT services, and we are going to be able to capture a significant portion of that market year over year as we expand into our current customer markets, such as health departments, and also grow into new governmental verticals, such as code enforcement.
Silas, thanks for joining us.
Jim, thank you so much for having me on.
Hi, I'm Jim Gordon. Thanks for watching this Market 1 Minute on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with other videos that we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click on this list to see other great videos from Market 1. And thank you again for watching.